Hello and welcome. My name is Anthony England. I am the creator of Tiny Space Academy and sole developer at Full Orbit Games. This is the playthrough number 2 for Tiny Space Academy. So let's get going. All right, I'm going to load the game from last time. I just completed all the Earth missions. Now I need to start working on the moon missions. The first mission is to launch an unmanned satellite to space, complete 2 orbits around the moon, and use the science module, the small science module. So let's create our tiny satellite. Actually, first, let's use some science points real quick. I want a fairing, because a fairing will give me a better aerodynamic bonus for entering space. I actually have a lot of points after that last mission, so what else can we use? I probably will get the larger fuel tanks here in a minute, but let's just start with that. Alright, so I got my drone control unit. So a command unit or control unit is required for any spacecraft. This is the starting building block. You can't build anything else until you have one of these down. Let's go to our new science tab over here and grab our science module. Let's grab a battery because the science module requires more power than the drone control unit has. Let's grab a solar panel. Let's also grab 2 fuel tanks, small ones. Let's rotate the solar panel. I bet I have some hotkeys for rotation. You can also rotate down here if needed. Let's also grab a extra small vacuum engine. Alright, that is our little satellite that we're going to send to the moon. But we need to get this into space. So let's grab a small decoupler and then grab that new fairing we just got. Let's go ahead and expand that up and close that. Let's grab a medium booster for the upper stage. Small vac engine. A decoupler. Let's move this up. And then let's grab I don't need that one that big since we have the second stage. And our payload is pretty small. Let's try the T1 engine first because it costs less. I know right now we have a decent amount of money, currency, but let's save that as much as we can because the later missions require a lot more currency. Alright, let's launch. Okay, maybe we do need the T2 engine. Yeah, let's get the T2 engine. And the larger fuel tank. I guess that payload is a little bit heavier than I thought it was. Or at least that second stage is a little bit heavy, so let's try that again. What's cool is if you get pretty good at this, you can add a drone control unit to the lower stage here, and then do like a SpaceX kind of landing. We're gonna make it. Oh, right, I have a plan B. That second stage is a little bit on the heavy side. So let's just try that. The satellite has a pretty good engine on it, so it should have enough thrust to get us to the moon and into a stable orbit. Yep, looking good. Looking good. Slow down the thrust. Let's rotate the rocket. Come on, little drone control unit, you can do it. Let's increase thrust just a little bit. And we're out of thrust, so let's go ahead and decouple. That. And then let's circularize our orbit around the Earth first. have the best efficiency we can. It's not ideal, it's just to shoot off towards the moon like that. We'll want to do the opposite side of the planet, if that makes sense, for fuel efficiency. So once we're over here, we can increase thrust, and which will expand our orbit all the way out to here. So let's speed up time real quick. Also deploy the solar panel. By the way, this is our new HUD that I've been working on for the game. I redesigned it mostly so that it works with mobile, especially when you have a joystick here and a joystick here. I am fairly happy with how it feels and looks. It looks very clean. You have individual tabs for your staging and your astronauts. Well, this rocket doesn't have any astronauts because it's a satellite, but you'll see here when I get to the later missions. Alright, back to what I was doing. So now that I'm on the opposite side of the planet of where I want to go, I'm going to increase thrust, which will expand my orbit outward. I'm going to slow down right as I get to right about there. So the idea is that I want to get captured into the moon's orbit once I get close. So let's go ahead and increase game speed again. Alright, so right now, the way I have the game set up, I have too much velocity to be captured into the moon's orbit. So I have to do a burn to slow my rocket down to circularize around the moon. So I'm going to pick my best point, which is right about here, and then I'm going to go increase thrust a little bit, and there you go. We have circularized our orbit around the moon, and we have lots of fuel left, so that's nice. Alright, we need to complete 2 orbits around the moon and then use the science module. So let's go ahead and use the science module since we have enough power. And let's increase game speed to finish the orbits. And bingo. Alright, mission completed. I've added a new button where we just return to assembly, so it's a little bit quicker. Alright, we got our currency. So next mission, if you can see here, is launch a crewed capsule into space, complete 5 orbits around the moon with the crewed capsule, return to Earth with astronaut and land safely. So my original idea for this game was to kind of, at least the first couple of missions, was to recreate the Apollo missions as best as possible. Now if you're playing campaign, you don't have access to all the Apollo program equipment yet because you just don't have enough research points. But the idea is that you have to do each of these stages where they would send up a capsule to the moon without actually landing on it and then come back. They would do all these test flights, right? So this is what this is meant to be. And also it kind of is a tutorial introduction to get players introduced to the game mechanics and how to build a spacecraft. Anyways, let's see. We probably could unlock the Apollo module. Game-wise, I could make this work, right? Unlock this and then get that to circularize, but it would cost a lot because it's a heavier capsule than the this one. And all it requires is a crewed capsule. It doesn't say which crewed capsule. So let's use this one just to save some money right now. Let's add a coupler. Let's get a parachute. Let's add a little booster. We could probably, let's do the bigger one. Right. Let's add a decoupler. Alright, so this is enough to get us to the moon and back in space. Let's get us into the orbit though. So let's grab a fuel tank. Let's grab our side decoupler that we got an episode ago, a few levels ago. Let's grab you. Oops, daisy. You know what? Let's grab our arrow caps now that we have enough research points. Sweet. That will look a lot better. Is there anything else we want? Need, want? Not yet. Alright. Let's do that. Might be a little expensive and overpowered, but... okay. Let's start with that. Increase thrust. I should have set up the staging a little bit better on that, but whatever. Alright. Let's circularize our orbit. What fuel we have left, which was not much. And note to self. Set up staging before you launch your rocket. Oh, that's why. Yeah, can't see what I'm doing. Let's combine that. So that's in the last one, but let's rotate those two. I think I had these two mixed up here, so that's the issue. Alright. Let's get back to it. Side boosters. Slowing down. Let's speed up just a little bit. Alright, increase thrust. Ditching the other booster. So now all we have left is our rocket and our little booster here with 40 fuel left. So, in fact, you can't even see the, you can't see, there. Here's our altitude. Alright, again, once we get over here, we're going to increase thrust, expand our orbit out to the moon. So let's go over here. Right about there. Let's rotate the rocket. And I just realized I don't have a solar panel on this guy, so I have to be very careful with how much I rotate my rocket. And slowing down, slowing down. Alright, we're there. Let's increase game speed. And once we get to the moon, we've got to slow our rocket down so we are captured into the orbit. So just a slight thrust, not too much because we don't want to overshoot this. Here we go. We are in a stable orbit. We got to do 5 orbits with the crew capsule and then return and land safely. So let's just speed up game speed real quick and complete our 5 orbits. So we still have 2 staging left. We have to decouple the lower booster. I'd have a better name for that. Maybe like the I forgot what they call it on the Apollo missions. Maybe you guys can remind me what they call it. And then we also have a parachute. We don't have any solar panels in the sky, and we have 1 astronaut. Alright, 1 orbit to go. As soon as that's complete, we have to do the reverse of what we just did to get over here. Alright. So once we're on the opposite side of the moon, we're going to rotate to face out, and then we're going to increase thrust, which will expand our orbit this way. The way the game mechanics work for this is that I can really expand it and then have it be automatically captured onto the Earth's, because I would have left the moon's pole, so like that. Also, I added a dash line here. So this is the sphere of influence, I'll call it. And what happens is if your capsule leaves the sphere of influence, you'll go to the next parent body. So in this case, the parent body of the moon is the planet Earth. If you leave the planet Earth's sphere of influence, you'll go to the sun. So that's how it's set up. Alright, we do want to re-enter Earth's atmosphere, so I'm actually going to slow us down a little bit. Just a hair. So that we'll re-enter Earth's atmosphere. You can kind of see the blue line there, entering the haze of the atmosphere. So let's try to get that to work. Increase game speed a little bit. Alright, let's go to our staging, just to take a quick look. Alright, so we're pretty good. I don't think we need our lower stage anymore. So let's go ahead and ditch that. And once we get low enough, we can deploy our parachute. Maybe we'll even land in Hawaii. That should do it for this mission. Awesome. Cover. Assembly. Alright. Next one. Launch crewed capsule. Head to space. Land safely on the moon. Plant flag on the moon. So, I think we may want to research a few things. A moon lander would be nice. We could do it with the capsule. The moon has a pretty low gravity, so it is definitely doable. Oh, gotta get landing legs for sure. Don't need. I think we're good on power. Yeah, we're good. I will unlock some of these for fun, since we have the points. Alright. Can I actually get the next booster up? 195, no. Okay. Alright. So this is going to be a little bit similar, but different. How do I want to do this? Oh, how do I want to do this? So, a couple things. We need a small science module is required. We need a solar panel. Luckily, capsule has enough battery to run the small science module, so we're good there. Let's rotate this guy. Let's grab 2 landing legs. And you guys can totally do like an Apollo-style mission where you have the lander and the capsule and separate whatnot. I just prefer to do it this way in these earlier missions just because it saves currency. And then again, I haven't unlocked all the components for that yet. I think that should do it. I don't know if this engine has enough thrust to get us off the moon's surface. Let's try it. Okay. Let's get us into orbit. You know what? I might even add like a second stage. Just to kind of help us with fuel conservation once we're in orbit. Alright, let's add... Yep. Let's add... You know what? Let's just do a 3... Let's just do 3 of these bad boys. Aero caps, aero caps, aero caps. Where would I put you? And then engine, and engine. All right. That should be enough. Oh. You will need to eventually return back to Earth, so a parachute is advised. So let's grab one of those, rotate, which means a decoupler is advised. Let's grab a decoupler. Alright, let's move the parachute to number 1. Let's move this decoupler to number 2. I believe that the other two should already be in the correct order. So we are good on our staging. So, alright, launch. Yeah, that looks good. So all 3 of these will run out of fuel at the same time because they're all connected. And that got us into... Uh-oh. Slow down. that got us into space. Now we need to circularize our orbit. Okay, increase thrust, and then we're gonna run out right there. So we circularized our orbit, but we still need to get into the moon's get captured into the moon's orbit and land, and then take off with 50 fuel. So it's going to be a little on the tight side. I may have to increase the game's reward currency. Depends on what people say. Yep, now out of fuel. Alright, I'm going to decouple. Yep. And then going to expand out into the moon's path. Slow down, right there. Alright. And I'm going to increase speed. So again, once I am over here, I need to slow down now. Alright, captured, and I have 41 fuel. So, from my gameplay experience, landing should take about 20 to 25 fuel for this, for the moon, with the amount of equipment I have. And taking off would be about 20 fuel. So, yeah, that's going to be really tight. But hey, let's do this thing. Alright, I'm going to get up here. I'm going to slow down so I'm closer to the planet's surface. And let's go land on the moon. So I'll be very close there, so I need to reduce my horizontal velocity. Probably right about here. And then once I become more vertical, I guess, I'll just drop straight down and I can do a soft landing there. So let's go ahead and just deploy our legs. So I can either press the button over here for legs, or I can press L on my keyboard. And there we go, legs deployed. Alright, I'm going to start increasing thrust. Slow down my horizontal velocity. Actually, let's save this real quick. And I am probably going way too fast, way too fast, way too fast. There we go. That's what I want to see. Reduce thrust. Bingo. Like I said, the moon is fairly easy to get to and land on. The gravity is just so low. When you get to the other planets, the ones the size of Earth and bigger, it's much, much harder. Alright, we've done that. Let's exit our capsule and plant our flag. So I added a new controls here, so you can collect samples or plant flag, or you can just use the keyboard commands F for flag and E for pick up. So, yay! Alright. Let's continue. Collect 5 rock samples on the moon. Use a small science module on the surface. So, let's go ahead and deploy our solar panel now. And start the science module while I go collect some rocks. In fact, here's a rock. Oh! Alright, here's a notification. Hello, rock enthusiasts. So you just collected your first rock. Congratulations! Our geologists will pay handsomely for every rock you collect. Some rocks are more valuable than others, but they are also harder to collect. Go to your rock collection to redeem collected rocks for currency. Happy hunting! Alright, so this is a tool that I added to get extra currency besides doing missions. I definitely felt like It was challenging to complete the campaign with just the mission rewards. So you can actually spend time on each planet surface and collect rocks. Obviously, well, maybe not obvious, but some planets have harder rocks to collect or are more difficult to collect, so they are worth more value. So let's redeem that and go collect more rocks. What's also kind of cool is the gravity does affect the astronauts' ability to jump, so it's kind of fun. And one more. Alright. Collected. Now there's rocks scattered through all throughout the moon's surface, and each planet's slightly different, but also the terrain gets a lot harder on other planets. This is actually a very flat planet where there's not that many areas to get stuck in or things you have to avoid when landing. So the moon is definitely like a tutorial introduction. Let's re-enter our capsule. So we got 27 fuel, which is pretty good. Let's look at our science. Perfect, 1 minute. Okay. Last but not least, exit the lander and perform an EVA on the moon's surface. Return to Earth with the astronaut. So, this is a mechanics thing. I wanted you, the player, to be required to use your astronaut, to get your astronaut back to the Earth. The only way I could really make you do that is for the game to be notified that your astronaut was on the moon and this is the astronaut you are returning. I guess it's not bad, but it's also not exactly how I would want, ideally, but I gotta make sure there's a way that I can't just let you guys cheat the system, because you can easily find loopholes if I didn't do this. So, I'm gonna perform a quick EVA, complete this objective. So this guy is stored into the game system, so he will have to be returned to the planet's surface to complete the objective here. So let's enter the capsule. Let's retract our solar panel, and let's lift off the moon. Let's hopefully we have enough thrust here. Oh, just barely. I'm gonna eat through that fuel pretty fast though. Let's zoom out just so we can see the circularization of it. But luckily, since there's no atmosphere, we don't need a lot of altitude. Okay. Whew. So we have 6 fuel, and we have to get back over here. Luckily, like I said, there's no atmosphere, so there's no drag, so it's easier to take off. But let's see if we have enough to exit the moon's gravitational pull. So I'm going to do this. Save. I don't know if I want to do that. Oh. So I have 1 fuel left. In an ideal world, I would have this line here just above the horizon, so that I would have the atmosphere slow me down. So let's go ahead and increase game speed till we're at apoapsis. I think periapsis is the shorter one. And we're going to increase thrust a little bit, and we're practically out of fuel. But look at that, we are right in the Earth's atmosphere. I'm going to just save that little bit, 0.5% of fuel, for in case we have to do last minute maneuvers, but we should be golden. Let's go ahead and ditch our lower half. Deploy a parachute. And there we go. Mission completed. Mission completed. Mission completed. Okay. New glitch. Let me apologize for you guys. Now I've had this glitch before and I thought I fixed it, but I guess I did not. So there are different like checks when you let's go ahead and poop, and there are a bunch of checks that are required for you once you land and stop moving. There's got to be make sure you don't actually destroy your capsule on re-entry or other things like that. But one of the checks is your speed. There he goes. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know why it does that, and because I pretty much did the exact same thing, but I will have to investigate. Let's recover. Go to assembly. Alright, this is the last mission for the moon, is to create a lunar base. Launch a large science module into space, land safely on moon. It will also require astronauts to command the science module, so we'll go ahead and just do that all at once to save us money. So let's go to our research and engineering. Let's unlock our Apollo capsule. So we've got all that. What else do I want? Let's grab the bigger vacuum engine. Might want that thrust. Good there, good there. Oh, medium landing legs, definitely advised. Since you're landing a larger structure. Good. Good, good, good. You know what? 55. Let's do it for fun. Alright. I think that's good enough for now. Ooh, no, I don't have enough. Okay. How do I want to design this thing? So I've made a few versions of this rocket here. And I played around with it a bit. Some of it was dorky and fun, some of it was being more serious. So let's just play around with this one. So I am instead adding that looks kind of ugly. I am instead adding my thrusters up above, or my engines up above. These are small engines, but luckily the moon's surface is, or the moon's gravity is pretty low, so that should be good enough. So it's going to be kind of like SpaceX's moon starship, where they have those thrusters up above. I don't know, it's kind of fun. Let's grab one of you. Let's grab one of you. Oh, I want to use mirror tool. All right, so that should be enough to get us on the moon and land it. Oh wait, we need batteries. So we'll need 2 batteries. One dose. So we need 2 batteries. We need, and this guy can actually stay on the moon. In fact, let's go to astronauts. We don't need 2 astronauts, so let's get rid of him. Or we don't need 3 astronauts, so let's get rid of one of them. You can always add more astronauts if you run out, so it's not that big of a deal, but why not? Okay, decoupler. Let's get a engine. Oh, another tip, pro tip. Engines that are exposed will automatically fire. So if you don't want to use your landing engines at launch or any other time, you have to cover them, or so they don't accidentally fire when you don't want them to. Let's combine those, bring that over here. Alright, now, you know what, let's grab a bigger one, because I have a feeling the amount of weight we have. let's grab the coupler. Zoom out. You know, this is going to be a little bit of a big guy, but we're almost done with the video, so let's just crank through this. You, side to coupler, side to coupler. That actually might be too much mass to get with just these 3 engines. Aero caps, aero caps. Alright, let's start with that. They may not make it to orbit. Oh! Yeah, definitely too much mass. I have to reduce the second stage. Yep. I should have got the more powerful engine. That was my bad. Alright, let's try that again. If I can get rid of these guys, I'd say they're all the same now. Yeah, not gonna be enough. It's too much mass, too much mass. You know, what if? What if? What if? What if? What if? Let's do this. Let's move over here, grab that, launch. Yeah, gotta remember to combine those. Come on, baby. Fly. Here we go. That's what I want to see. And we're gonna make it. I'm still climbing. Still climbing. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. Ugh. I don't want to do a 5th one. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? This is so ghetto. I don't like jerry-rigging stuff like this, but desperate times call for desperate measures. I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's just try it real quick. What's going on? Come on. Still climbing. It's not going to be enough. Not going to be enough. Okay. Let's stop playing around. Let's do this thing for sure, for reals. This will be. I should. Ooh, no. I don't have much time to waste here. I need to get this video done. This is so ghetto and ugly. But wait. Okay, that's right. That should get me up into orbit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh, don't go too far. Let's try to rotate. You know, did I even grab a solar panel? Ah, Jeebus. Come on, noob. Rotate. Let's drop you right there. Alright. I swear, last time. This video is almost 40 minutes long already, so I need to really step up the game here. Okay. It's plenty. Let's rotate so I can circularize. Come on. There we go. See how it's rotating? Increase thrust. And I am out. Let's go ahead. And use those. those. Those are my landing thrusters, by the way, so not the best. I'm using those for fuel. I'm using the fuel for those, but hey. I should have planned out my research buying better, but it's not like I haven't played the game before or anything. Alright. Circularize, extend, game speed. Let's go to here. So I got my... Alright. So increase speed, circularize. Yeah, let's go a little bit closer, and we'll just do our landing right now. Alright, let's save real quick. That's L for legs. Let's see, we've got plenty of battery. Oh, shit. The Apollo capsule has way more battery, or the larger capsule has way more battery, so I didn't need to add 2 of these, just 1. Smart. That was a good use of weight, mass. All right, let's just land this sucker. All right, here we go. And for the touchdown, increase thrust. Reduce that horizontal velocity. There we go. That did it. Mission complete. Alright, fully crew the large science module and use the large science module while on the moon. Let's deploy our solar panel because we need to get some more power as well. So let's do our EVA because we have to exit the capsule. And then enter the science module. Also, careful when you exit capsules that are like giant rockets. Your astronaut can rip if you fall too high. So, FYI. Alright, both astronauts are in the capsule. Or in the science module, in other words, see? Science module. We need a little bit more power before we can run the science experiment. So let's increase time real quick. Okay, we're good there. Let's go to our module controls and click the large science module. Then we have a moon base. Or moon something. Increase speed. Alright. 3, 2, 1. That's it. Mission complete. That's it for the moon missions. Next up will be Mars. That will be a different video, episode 3 probably. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough for Tiny Space Academy. Please click the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I do appreciate it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Please leave any comments or questions down below. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And thank you for watching.